Let's talk a quick, brief, kind of 10 minutes on Vince McMahon documentary. Initial, I guess let's do a quick rundown. First episode, I'm sorry if you haven't watched it. Spoiler alert. The first episode kind of went down Vince McMahon, the creation of WWF, him buying the the, the company from his father not being proud of him, kind of saying that he didn't want him to take over the territories, but then being proud of him at the end. It was I feel like we all knew this stuff.
Yeah, pretty much everybody knew. I mean, he came from a trailer park family. He really didn't know his dad until he was older.
Mhm.
And once he was around his dad, that's when he realized he was like, I want to be this. I want to be in the wrestling business. I don't know, man. He just had an idea. Was not afraid of the grind. Grinded him and Linda McMahon. And look what they made up. Look what they made. WWE.
Yeah.
Everybody knows WWE nowadays.
Exactly. And I know that you guys want to talk a lot about everything that we kind of like statute limitations and stuff that comes out later in the documentary, but we're here just talking about episode 1 right now. So stay tuned for that because we haven't seen the rest, so I don't want to talk about too much. I've seen some spoilers, but till I watch it with my own eyes, I don't want to comment too much. But yeah, I mean, what I think is watching that documentary and watching AEW, you kind of understand that WWE is in the entertainment business more than wrestling. They wrestle, but it's like a variety show, something that some people like, some people don't like. AEW is pretty much wrestling at the forefront. The story, it has to do with wrestling, and sometimes in WWE, it's mostly we have these feuds, and then they use wrestling as a way to solve it, right? With CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, but in AEW, it's kind of like the opposite. You know what I mean? Like they have a match, and then they make the story after they book the match. You agree with that, Adrian, or no? I'm speaking for the most part. No, obviously there's Swerve and Hangman, which is like that was crazy, but for the most part,
I mean, come on, we've all seen WrestleMania 1, bro. I mean, who main evented WrestleMania 1? Hulk Hogan, Mr. T. Oh, Mr. T. Mr. T.
Yeah, it is Mr. T, bro.
Mr. T. Roddy Piper, and who was his tag team partner?
Paul Orndorff. But see, and that it doesn't matter. You remember Hulk Hogan, Mr. T, bro,
and Roddy Piper. That's all I remember. I know it was a tag team match, but I know because it was entertainment. And Cindy Crawford was also a huge WWE fan back in the day as well. And Vince McMahon used her in the storyline for the first WrestleMania as well. Yeah, it's all entertainment in WWE. And even Vince McMahon's dad said that he told Hulk Hogan that he can't do Rocky 3. Because if he did, he's not going to have a job when he comes back. And what did he do? He came back and Hulkamania ran wild through everybody, bro. Pause on that.
Oh. I mean, allegedly, right? That's the thing. Allegedly. Apparently, Tony Atlas said what he said. I'm not going to say it, bro, but yeah. Apparently, everybody did. According to Tony Atlas, bro.
Yeah, and basically, like you said, AEW is mainly the wrestling part. They create the feuds after they book the match. WWE is more the entertainment side. I mean, we can see it right now with Wyatt 6, the Bloodline storyline right now. Moving over to Netflix, a lot of people are thinking that WWE is going to go through the cinematic route, kind of like how they did with the Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes segment last weweek.
Chef's kiss.
I can see it. I can see that happening in Netflix. But I know some fans out there, an old acquaintance of mine, who hated Lucha Underground for having cinematic segments like that. He did not give the time of day to Lucha Underground. And now that WWE is doing the same, why is that, bro?
I don't know. Who is this person, bro? I didn't even know who they are. No, but I just want to say, like, the cinematic stuff's cool. Like, I remember the cinematic matches were dope. It's cool. It's cool to see something like that different. Like, even when Swerve got his house burned down, like that was cool. That was different. I didn't like Daniel Bryan getting put a bag over his head. It was too graphic, but it was cool. Something different, something I guess to shock the senses, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes it could be a good thing as well to do something different, even if it polarizes people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a little. The segment between Roman and Cody was a little corny, but it was still good. It could give something different to the WWE audience.
Exactly. They say the product changes with the times. It does.
Let's
And that's
change.
and that's a I feel like that's a good way to kinda end our topic with Vince McMahon because one of the things he said was, the foreign heel, German heel, Japanese heel, and it seems like racist. It seems racist. It is racist, right? But back then, right? Back then, everybody was like pro America, America good, foreign people bad. I'm not excusing it, but that's just how I mean, growing up, we all saw cartoons, right? It was always like the German evil person speaking in German accent. Even Marvel movies were the same thing. Like Hydra, right? Those are essentially Germans, right? Essentially
Mhm.
what it is.
We saw
I'm
it in
not gonna
TV movies, Pearl Harbor, oh, Inglorious Bastards.
Mhm,
Um, I mean, if they could do it on movies and TV, why can't they do it in wrestling? It's only a storyline. That's it. It's fake, and it's well, storylines are fake, obviously, but I don't know, man. Just I believe that people are just taking wrestling a little too far sometimes.
mhm.
It's like, bro, just enjoy it. Predetermined choreographed performance by two individuals, probably even more. Just have fun, enjoy, sit back.
Exactly. Would that fly now? I still think it would. We had Rusev. Remember? He was the Bulgarian Russian guy. He was the most hated person out there. Do we actually hate them? No. I still think it could work. I mean, Imperium is essentially they're fucking German, right? Essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean it still works. It still
He
works.
was calling everybody trash, street trash. He was a privileged kid, and his parents gave him everything he wanted.
Exactly. So, do things really change with the times? I guess that's what we're here to find out, but of course they do, but I still think in the world of wrestling, certain things are still passable. Of course, not everything, certain things are. So that keeps a mind of things change with the times.